Negotiation Tactics, Part 4. The Vault. The ship skimmed low over jagged terrain. The facility came into view beneath a ridge, a massive rust-stained structure half buried in rock and sand. Kira's intel was clear. It had once been an Imperial weapons lab, now sealed off, abandoned by the Empire but protected by automated defenses and mercenaries with no allegiance. Mando checked his gear. Pulse rifle, wrist launcher, flame unit, the basics. Grogu sat quietly in his pod, the silver ball in his hand, watching him. "You stay close," Mando said. Grogu blinked once in agreement. The hatch opened. Kira Vizla was already outside, 2 Mandalorians at her side. She moved like someone who knew war, efficient, focused. "We go in through the service tunnel beneath the western wall," she said. "If we trip any alarms, they'll call in reinforcements. We don't want that." Mando nodded. "We get in, find the vault, get out, quiet." Kira smirked slightly. "Exactly." They approached the tunnel entrance under cover of darkness. The sand shifted beneath their boots as they moved in silence. The entrance was sealed by an old hatch. Kira planted a slicer device on it. Sparks flew. The door opened. Inside, the air was still and stale. The walls were lined with decaying pipes and old Imperial markings. They moved quickly, weapons raised. Grogu floated beside Mando, alert. They reached the inner levels without incident until the vault door came into view. It was massive, reinforced, locked with a deep-layer encryption system. Kira stepped forward, began slicing from the hallway behind them. A quiet worry began. Then red lights flared. Mando turned. "We've been made." Turrets dropped from the ceiling. Mando raised his blaster, fired twice. Taking one out, the others opened fire. Kira ducked to cover, still working on the vault. One of her companions fell, hit in the shoulder. The other returned fire, covering Mando as he advanced. Grogu's pod hovered behind a crate, untouched, but his ears twitched. He reached out with a force. One of the turret mounts began to vibrate, then tore free with a screech of metal and smashed into another. Sparks lit the corridor. The attack stopped. Mando glanced back at Grogu. The child was calm, focused. Kira stood as the vault door groaned open. "Got it." They rushed inside. The vault was small, sterile, and cold. In the center was a stand. On it rested a black helmet, marked with ancient Mandalorian symbols. The air felt heavier around it. Kira stared at it in silence. "The helm of Oran Vizla," she said. "First Warden of Concordia." She stepped forward, then hesitated. Mando looked at her. "You wanted it. Take it." She reached out, fingers brushing the surface. Behind them, an alarm screamed to life. "Time's up," Mando said. They turned and ran. Out in the corridor, more droids were coming, black-armored, fast, and silent. Mando took point, covering the retreat. Kira followed, helmet in hand. Grogu raised his little hand once more. A section of the ceiling gave way, collapsing on the droids, blocking their path. They made it out through the tunnel, back into the night. The ship was waiting, engines hot. Inside, Mando took the pilot's seat. Grogu curled up beside him, holding the silver ball tightly. Kira sat across from him, silent, the helmet in her lap. "You kept your word," she said. "So did you." Kira looked at Grogu. "He's strong." Mando didn't answer right away. Then he said, as the stars filled the viewport, "He always knows when to act." Grogu yawned and leaned against his chair. Mando didn't look at her, but a faint tone of amusement crept into his voice. "He's still better at diplomacy than I am."